When you're away from your dog, you can't help but think about them all the time. Don't worry. I'm not reading your mind. Your secrets are safe. I just feel the same way. But the big question that haunts us all is, do they miss us back? How often do they think about us? Are they as obsessed with us as we are with them? Or do they forget us the moment we're out of sight? Does your dog think about you when you're not home? Things might get a bit like a Christopher Nolan movie now, because we're about to dive into how dogs perceive time. To truly understand if dogs miss us when we're gone, we need to figure out if they realize that we'll come back in the future. In the meantime, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future content. It might sound silly, but here's the thing. Dogs don't perceive time as clearly as we do. We break it down into seconds, minutes, and hours. Imagine how differently you'd feel the passage of time if you didn't even know what a second or an hour was. That's the reality dogs live in. So if they don't have a clear sense of time, how do they actually feel it? This really blew my mind. Everyone knows that dogs have an incredible sense of smell. They can sniff out almost anything, including time. Dogs can literally sniff out what time it is. They respond well to routines. If you feed them at the same time every day, they get it. If you leave and come back at the same time each day, they remember that too. Even though they definitely don't have little wristwatches hidden in their fur, they still know exactly when it's time for dinner or when you're about to walk through the door. How do they do it? Your home actually smells different at various times of the day. While your human nose might not notice, for a dog, everything around is a palette of scents that tells them what's happening and when. They know what usually occurs when the house smells a certain way. If you leave and return home around the same time every day, they pick up on that schedule too, thanks to their incredible sense of smell. Now to the big question. Does your dog miss you when you're away? Given how often they wait by the door, the answer is probably yes. And don't worry, science backs this up. Studies show that dogs experience immense joy when they see their owners again, especially after a long separation. The longer the absence, the stronger the reaction. But this raises another question. Just how long can a separation last before they forget us? Don't worry, we'll get back to that. All these strong emotions show one thing. They really do miss us. But if they can miss us when we're not around, what goes through their minds during those times? For some dogs, everything goes on as usual. They nap, chew on their toys, gaze out the window, or lounge around on the floor. Then, when they catch a whiff that screams, "My favorite person is home," they dash to the door to greet you. But for other dogs, being apart is a serious issue. Dogs with separation anxiety may pace nervously, whine, scratch at doors, or howl so loudly that neighbors come over to check what's happening. In the worst case, they might start chewing on everything, tearing up cushions and upholstery. Sad, right? But it confirms they care. Research shows that separation anxiety is more common in dogs that have an especially strong emotional bond with their owners. So, no matter how challenging it may be, it means you've done something right. You've become a true family for your dog. But how long does this longing last? We all know that if we leave in the morning and come back in the evening, our dog remembers us. If we go on a vacation for a week and leave her with a sitter, she still remembers us. And when we reunite, her joy is boundless. But what if we leave her with friends for 6 months and go to New Zealand? Or if we go on a 2-year work assignment and leave her with mom? Or 3 years? Or even 10? What will prove stronger, love or memory? Dog's memory works a bit differently. They don't have what we call episodic memory, meaning they don't remember events based on dates or times. Their memory is associative. It's tied to people, places, emotions, and smells. If you have a heart, you've probably watched videos where dogs reunite with their owners after many years. And of course, you've seen how they instantly recognize their humans. That's because their memory is connected to feelings and scents. Just a few sniffs, and warm memories of a happy life with you come flooding back for the dog. So yes, a dog will remember you forever, as long as you smell the same. No matter how strong your deodorant is, your personal scent is something that can't be erased. Hopefully, it's a nice one. So yes, you could be away from your dog's life for 10 years, and they will still miss you and recognize you immediately. Even if you've lost weight or changed your hairstyle, your scent will tell them everything. But that doesn't mean leaving them for a long time is easy. If you need to be away from your dog for a while, here's what to avoid. Ironically, making a big deal out of leaving is not a good idea. Many owners shower their dogs with affection before heading out, but this only intensifies stress. The sharp contrast between love and sudden absence makes separation more painful. Instead, leave and return calmly, as if it's nothing special. The main rule is, dogs love having fun. When they're bored, they can become anxious or even destructive. So providing toys, puzzles, squeaky items, or even some music to entertain and distract your dog while you're away is a great idea. If you want your dog to handle separation better, never punish them for the mess they made while you were gone. If you come home to a chewed-up pillow, don't shout. They won't understand why you're angry. Punishment will only increase their anxiety because, to them, it seems like every time you return, you're upset with them. It's better to stay calm and focus on prevention and positive training. Over time, this approach will naturally solve the problem. You'll come home, and all your furniture will be intact. If your dog loves you so much that they can't handle being apart, your job is to help them feel safe and secure. Dogs love predictability. They enjoy knowing what happens and when. So if your schedule shifts a bit and you come back later, they see it as an exception, not a cause for panic. However, if your schedule is chaotic, it will be tough for your dog to relax and find their zen. If you leave them with a sitter for a long time, find someone who can stick to their usual routine. Remember, your dog loves you partly because of your scent. Leave them something that smells like you. An old t-shirt, for example. It will help them feel more at ease. Modern pet cameras are getting more advanced. Some even have two-way communication. If you want your dog to hear your voice, that's entirely possible. And it might just make you feel a bit better too. So back to the question. Does your dog think about you when you're not home? The answer is yes. Sometimes a bit too much. Make sure to show her that you're thinking about her too, any way you can. Just maybe don't pat her on the head too often. It turns out dogs aren't that fond of it. Subscribe to the channel and watch the next video to learn even more fascinating insights into dog behavior.